All right, these questions, remember, we are going to be adding something to the passage that in a way isn't really there. So we have to kind of just follow the logic and see like, okay, where are they trying to lead us? So a little bit of this is trusting your instincts and being like, okay, it feels like the most obvious place they're going is here. So let's see what we can get. The ancient Sumerian civilization formed around 4000 BCE between two large rivers in an area that is now Iraq and Syria. The extremely hot and sunny weather in that area helped crops grow very quickly. So hot weather, crops grow quickly. But it also made it hard to keep the crops from drying up and dying. So hard to keep them from dying. So the Sumerians used water from the rivers in their farming. Okay, water for farming. That method worked so well that they often could harvest even more crops than they needed in a season. So as a result, the Sumerians did well, I guess, right? They had a lot of food. They probably did well. I don't know. I'm being vague on purpose here. I don't want to kind of box myself into a corner, but you got a lot of food, it's probably good. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what matches. As a result, the Sumerians harvested crops only on the hottest days of each season. No, now the thing that bothers me is the hottest, right? Only on the hottest. This is very extreme. This is starting to kind of like limit us. And they don't say that. They say the hottest stuff is good for the crops, but also maybe bad. And so they're not saying they kind of separated this out. This is a way too big of a claim. Just be careful of choices that are too extreme. This is definitely one of them. The Sumerians found ways to shield their crops from the sun. Well, why? It says that the rivers helped and the sun helped. So they don't want to shield them from the sun. The sun is helpful. The problem is that too much sun makes them dry out, but now they have water. So that they don't want to shield them from the sun. The sun is good. This just seems wrong. They did not begin farming until long after 4000 BCE. No, mostly here, don't worry about this other than like, do they really talk about the time in this passage, right? They introduce them as 4000 BCE, but they're not like getting into like when things happen. So this is introducing the concept of time, and it's just not part of the main idea here. So hopefully it's D. Let's see. They were able to store extra crops for later use. Yeah, okay, well, if they harvested more crops than they needed, then yeah, they would store for later, right? Like that just makes sense. So again, common sense kind of fits here. I didn't know that that's where they were going exactly, but I kind of had that in my dumb summary that like, yeah, they did well. And how did they do well? Well, they had extra crops. So that's a way of doing well. So yeah, this is just me kind of like following the train of thought that they're kind of leading me on. You have to kind of trust the passage a little bit. But remember that in these questions where we have the logically completing the text, we are going to be adding an idea that is not explicitly in the text, but it's going to kind of make sense from it. So we want to try to stick to the text even in these cases as much as possible.